All right, let's start just by taking a moment to close our eyes. You can rest your hands on your legs or bring them to heart center. But taking some nice deep breaths to welcome in this morning, this beautiful weekend day. And checking in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. And taking into account any areas that are giving you a little bit of tension or pain. We'll try to send some loving energy to those spaces as we go through our practice. And then ask yourself how you'd like to feel for the rest of the day. What kind of energy would you like to embody after we're all done? Maybe today you just want to feel a little bit more energized, more activated. Maybe you'd like to feel a sense of relief from something. Maybe you just want to welcome in a feeling of peace. But every day is different, so see what you need today. And then with that in mind, we're going to take a really big inhale in through the nose. Breathing in as much as you can, try to hold it at the top and see if you can fill up with even more air. And then take an open mouth exhale to sigh that out. Let it go. All right. From here, let's open up the eyes. We're going to do a little seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, you'll lift your chest up towards the sky, opening up the airways. And then as you exhale, we'll round and tuck and curl into a little ball. Nice. Let's take that a few more times. So we'll inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push and round. And noticing how this feels. If you want to add some other movements, you can go side to side through the rib cage, loosening up through the back. Good, and we're going to start to take this into a circle. So now coming forward, you're going to take your ribs over to one knee. Yeah, exactly. And then round it back behind you and around. Just like we're stirring a pot of stew. And take it the other direction a couple of times. Might feel a little funky. You usually have like one range of motion that feels really smooth. The other can be a little bit more stiff, so slow it down. Gorgeous. Let's come all the way back through center. And then we'll inhale, arms up to the sky. And then take a twist over your left shoulder. So we'll bring your left hand behind you. Yeah. And then right hand can come to your knee. Sitting up nice and tall here. Try to breathe into the lower part of your ribs. And we'll inhale back through center. Let's go up and over the other way, looking over our right shoulder. Again, sitting up tall. Let's inhale back through center, arms reach up. Good, and we'll exhale, roll up to hands and knees. We'll come to tabletop for cat and cow now, spreading your fingers. We'll inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push and round into that cat. Maybe start to add some other movements. You can take your hips or your ribs side to side. Feeling a strong connection to your hands, to the mat underneath you. Good. Coming back through center, we'll walk our hands forward. This is called puppy dog pose. All you do is melt your chest down towards the ground. Nice. So we're opening up through the shoulder blades, the upper back, the chest. And then start to walk your hands back up to tabletop. And we'll push to our first downward facing dog. So spreading your fingers, curl your toes under. Let's lift the hips up and back. And let your head relax down. So you can bend your knees as much as you want. And then maybe start to pedal out your feet, bending one knee and straightening out the opposite leg. And then switching. Try to relax your head down. You can shake it out a little bit, yes and no. Nice slow breaths here. So Really strong through the upper body, strong through the legs and core. And then we'll look forward, bend your knees, and step your feet up to forward fold, feet hips distance. You can bend your knees a lot and let yourself drape down over your legs. And if you want, you could grab opposite elbows, taking this into ragdoll, inviting a sway side to side if that feels nice. Try to really let your head drop down, letting all the tension from the week just melt out here. This is where we get our fresh restart. Then hands to your shins. Let's inhale, find a flat back. Good. Exhale, fold it down. And we're going to come all the way up to stand, reaching your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Nice. And then we'll repeat, reaching up. Exhale, fold with a flat back, bend your knees all the way down. And then hands to your shins, find that flat back. Good. And then we'll take our hands down and step back to downward facing dog. Awesome. Let's try that a couple more times. We'll start to get warmed up here. So we'll bend the knees, look forward. And then exhale, step, or you could hop your feet up. That's fine, forward fold. And then hands to your shins, to your flat back. Yeah. Exhale, drop it down. And then we'll reach our arms all the way up to stand. Exhaling, good energy, down to your heart. Let's take that one more time, reach up. And then we'll exhale, fold with the flat back here. And then hands to your shins, come to that halfway lift. Nice. Hands go down, and we'll step back, downward facing dog. Good job. One last time, bend your knees, look forward, and then step your feet back up to your forward fold. We'll find our halfway lift. And then exhale, drop it down. And reach your arms all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. We're going to take a twist over the right shoulder. So just going to let your hips move with you. You can look back with your eyes even further. And then rotate back through center and over the left shoulder. Let's go the other way. Nice. Come back through center. Arms will reach up. And for the last time here, we find our forward fold. Hands to your shins. Let's go flat back. Nice. And then hands down, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Okay, from here, we're going to try lifting our right leg up, three-legged dog. Yes. And then maybe some movement. You could bend your knee. You can shake out your legs, circle out your ankle, whatever you like here. Strong arms, strong core. And then looking forward, step your right foot through between your hands. And you're going to come all the way up into crescent lunge, good old standing lunge. Yeah. So our hips are square. You can either be on the ball of your foot, or if that's not comfortable, you can set it down flat, whichever one feels better. I want you to really anchor through that right foot, and then our arms lift up. Gorgeous. Okay, so standing strong here, we're going to take a breath in, and then exhale, find a hinge forward, arms sweep back. And let's try that 2 more times. So we'll inhale, lift up, filling up with energy. Exhale, nice long spine. Gorgeous. Let's try one more time. Exhale takes you forward. Nice, Rosanna, you got it. Okay, we're going to come all the way back upright. And then slowly bring your left hand down to the ground. Try a twist here. Maybe look up at your right hand. Yes. And then from here, both hands come down, and we're going to crawl ourselves over to the left. So you're turning, to face the long side of your mat. We'll come into wide-legged forward fold. So letting your head relax down for a moment. Enjoy the stretch of your legs. And you got lots of options with the hands. They could be on the ground. You could take them onto your legs. You could grab opposite elbows. That's a little more intense. Or a shoulder opener also feels nice. Taking the hands behind your back and up overhead. You're just letting yourself breathe and soften here as best you can. Surrendering to gravity. Then from here, start to crawl your hands back over to the right. You're going to turn to face forward and then lower your left knee down. Perfect. Then let's come all the way up into crescent lunge here. Maybe scooting your right foot forward, pressing your hips forward. We lift up and then maybe tilt back from your shoulder blades. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of balance. Even though we have our knee down, it's not easy, especially once you look up. That throws off the balance a lot. Good. From here, we're going to bring our hands to prayer. Rotate over your right shoulder and then reach your arms out to the sides. Yeah. Good. From here, we're going to take both hands down to the ground. It's called a half split. So you're just leaning back, straightening out the right leg as much as you can. Yes. Ideally, it's nice to have like blocks or something just to make it a little easier, but you're very flexible. So thank goodness for that. We got a good stretch through the back of the leg. And we're stretching out also all the way down to the foot. So just by flexing your foot, you can feel that stretch in your ankle and the back. Yeah. Good. Now we're going to crawl ourselves forward and lift up your back leg. Turn your left foot down flat and you're going to come up to warrior two. Yes. Right arm forward. We're looking over our right fingertips. We want to feel that warrior energy here. Strong arms, strong legs. And then we'll reverse it. Reach your right arm up and back. Yes. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And let's go the other way. Right forearm to your thigh, left arm reaching towards me. Beautiful. And you can either stay here, or if you want more, you can take your right hand down to the ground. And we're focusing on pushing down through the legs, lengthening through the top of your head. Always creating space. And then rise back up. Let's find that warrior two. Good. Last breath in. Exhale, hands down, and we'll step it back to our downward facing dog. Nice work. Okay, let's try round two. We'll lift our left leg up here, three-legged dog, and then maybe explore some movement, bending your knee, circling out your ankle to shake that leg out. And then look forward. Left foot lands between the hands, and we'll come up nice and slow into our standing lunge. Yes. Good. Finding our balance here. And then think about squaring both hips forward, a little more weight through the left foot. And then we'll take our hinge forward, arms sweep back, you hover over your thigh. Gorgeous. Let's try that 2 more times. So the lower you go, the harder it is. So pace yourself, but also push yourself a little bit. We want to challenge our bodies. Let's go 1 more time. Exhale. Nice work. Let's come all the way up. Okay, we're going to drop our right hand down to the ground and then try twisting to maybe look up at the left hand. Yes. Both hands come down and crawl yourself over to the right. You'll straighten out both your legs, feet turn forward, back in our wide-legged forward fold. Exactly. So head is relaxed. Second time in this, so hopefully feeling just a little bit more warm, a little more familiar with it. Okay, we'll turn back to face our left foot. Crawl your hands over, and then we'll lower our right knee down to the ground. So we're in our low lunge. Perfect. And then slowly making our way up, arms reach up, maybe your eyes look up. Feel that big stretch through the right hip flexor all the way into your core, into your chest. And then hands come together down to your heart. Good. We're going to rotate over our left shoulder. And then maybe reach your arms out to either side. Yeah, grow in your branches. Nice. And then from here, both hands come down to the ground. And we're going to rise up. So from here, you just turn that right foot down flat, and then we'll come up to our warrior two. So our left leg is bent, right arm back behind. behind you. Got it. And then reverse it, left arm up and back. We'll go the other way, extended side angle, left forearm down, right arm towards me. Perfect. And then again, you can go lower if you want. You can also float your arm. Yeah, it's a lot of legs and core, so we just don't want to dump into our upper body here. We'll stay for one more breath. Good. Use that exhale to rise back up. And then we'll take our hands down to the earth, step all the way back, find your downward facing dog. Good work. Let's try that again. We'll lift our right leg up, three-legged dog. Right leg lifts. I want you to try to keep it straight this time. Either point or flex your foot, maybe lift up higher. And then we'll step forward, standing lunge to start. So find your balance here. Right knee bent. Yeah, our arms reach up. As you exhale, we'll take our hinge forward just one time. Good, and then lift all the way back up. Okay, now your left hand is going down to the ground. You're going to reach your right arm up to the sky. Yes. Okay, both hands down. Crawl over to the left. Straighten out your legs, and they're going to pivot with you. Oh, you're right. Okay, perfect. Yeah, just scoot to your right. There you go. Exactly. Okay, here we're going to try a twist. So we'll take our right hand down to the ground. Bend your knees if you need. And then you're going to reach your left arm up towards the sky. Yeah. Good. Both hands down. And then switch it out. Right arm up. Good. Let's take both hands down. Crawl over back to the front of your mat. And then we'll just step back, downward facing dog. Okay, perfect. Let's take your other leg up. I think that's your right leg. Yeah, your right leg will lift. There you go. And then maybe some movement. Bend your knees, circle out your ankles, spread your toes. And then we look forward, step that foot through, and you're going to come up into your standing lunge. Nice. Take your time. Okay, we're going to find that hinge forward here as you exhale, arms sweep back. And then we'll lift all the way back up. Good. And then you're taking your left hand down to the ground. Yeah, I'll take my right. And then we reach up into a twist. And both hands down. Crawl over to the side of your mat. And we'll come into our wide-legged forward fold here. Perfect. One last time in this position. And then just like before, we'll take that twist. So left hand down. Your right arm opens you up towards me. And switch that out. Right hand down. Left arm opens up. Beautiful. Both hands down. Let yourself fold here for another breath. Yes. Let's crawl your hands back around to the front of your mat. And then plant your hands. Let's step it back. Downward facing dog. Good. We're going to bend our knees. Look forward. And then step your feet up to a forward fold. Yeah. We're going to inhale. Find that halfway lift. Exhale. Fold it down. And then slowly come up to stand. Arms reaching up. We grow tall. Exhale. Hands together. Good. Let's try a little balance challenge, tree pose. Not too crazy, but always a good one to do. So we'll have our right foot down and our left heel lifted. So you want to feel all your weight in that standing foot, standing leg. You can always stay in this kickstand. If you want more, you're going to float that foot up. Yes. And then try to find a spot on the wall to look at. It's a little bit tricky, but like pick one little mound in the wall and focus your gaze on that. That'll help a lot. Yeah. And then maybe reach your arms up. Nice. Got it. Beautiful. So good. Let's release and switch that out. Perfect. You're doing it just right. Exactly, like a little in and out. Now we're going to shift our weight to the other foot. Let's switch sides. And it helps to bend your standing leg just a little bit, kind of push down with your foot. Yeah, there you go. Yes, and arms reach up. It's very active, even though we're like completely still. It's one of those things that you look at it and it's like, oh, that's so easy. And then you try it and it's like, oh my God. Nice. And good. Let's release that. A little shake out. Yeah. So important to improve our balance. It's like one of those key things that we never really work on, but so good in yoga that we focus a lot on it. So we'll keep our feet separated hips distance. The eye can face me. And then we're going to go into a chair pose. Yeah, so our hips pull back, our spine is long. We're just going to swing the arms. So they'll go back as you breathe in. Exhale, arms up overhead. Let's try that 2 more times. Big sweep back. Big lift up. Good, 1 more. Perfect. Reaching up. We'll take our forward fold all the way down. Okay, we're going to step back into pyramid pose. So all you got to do is step your left foot back like a foot, maybe 2, and then you're going to bow over your right leg. So we're going for a stretch of the right hamstrings, the back of that right leg. You can have your knees bent as much as you want is what I'm trying to say. So bend that knee as much as it needs. We don't want to force anything or strain your hamstrings. So even though we're going for straight, like my leg is not at all straight. Yeah, if you can, but we don't want to lock out the knee either. So I want you to make sure you feel some stretch in the hamstrings without getting into your joints. Perfect. And then we're going to switch out our feet. So we'll step left foot forward, and now the right foot goes back just a couple of feet so you can bow down over the left leg. Let's step that right foot forward, come back to our forward fold. And then we'll inhale to a flat back. Exhale, hands down, and we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Nice work. From here, let's shift forward, find a plank pose. Straight arms, straight legs, strong core. Just holding for a couple final breaths. And then we'll lower our knees down. Let's come to child's pose, reaching your arms forward, your knees open wide, and you can rest your hips back. Yeah, then let your arms relax. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. Really let yourself soften into this position. Let's crawl your hands over towards the left side of your mat. So you're going to take your left hand down. Yeah, right hand can stack, and then we get that side stretch here through the ribs. And then let's take it the other way, crawling towards the right. Right hand down, left hand on top. We'll pull that left hip away. And let's come back through center one more time, reaching forward. And then when you're ready, we'll push back one final time to downward facing dog. I got like one more standing flow for you, and then we'll slow things down even more. So let's try lifting the right leg up again. Three-legged dog. Yes. We're going to step forward and come up to stand in your crescent lunge. Taking your time, arms reach up. Good. And then one time here, exhale, hinge it forward. Good. Coming all the way up. We're going to dive our left hand down to the ground and then reach your right arm up into your twist. Nice. And then both hands down. All you got to do is set your left knee down onto the ground as well. Yeah. And then we'll come up to rise here, reaching upwards. Good. Hands come together down to your heart. Rotate over the right shoulder. And then we'll open our arms out to a T here as well. Good. And then hands down to the ground. And you're going to hinge it back, find that half splits. Yes. And we already stretched this side. I forgot the other, so we'll do the other side a little bit longer. But we're going to bend this right knee. And then your challenge here, you're going to first lift your back knee up, come to a lunge. You could stay in your lunge, or if you want, you're going to try picking that back leg up. This is called a standing splits. You just want to make sure you have your right knee bent. That looks amazing. Yes. And then energy through the back leg and let your head relax. You're going to feel a lot of work through the right leg. Whew, builds up a lot of heat. And then you're also working the back leg, the glutes, and you're letting your head drop down, decompressing your spine. That looks amazing. Nice, Rosanna. We'll take one more inhale. As you exhale, let's lower both legs back down. Come to forward fold. Hands to your shins. We'll find a flat back. And then exhale, hands down. Let's step it back to downward facing dog. Okay. Grand finale on the second side. We'll lift our left leg up. Three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Look forward, step your left foot through, and we'll come up to stand first. Taking your time. Yeah, and then root down through the left foot. Breathe in. As you exhale, we'll hinge it forward, arms sweep back. Nice. Lift it all the way back up. And then we'll test our balance here. Your right hand dives down to the ground. Come into your twist, left arm up. Yeah, so go ahead and switch out your hands. Bring your right hand down. That'll help. Nice. Okay, let's take both hands down. Lower that right knee. Yeah, and we'll try to rise up with the arms, stretch up towards the sky, maybe look up. Yeah. Nice job. Hands come together, down to your heart. Let's rotate over our left shoulder. And then reach your arms out to your T. Nice. Try to feel your arms pressing backwards. Good. Take both hands down to the ground. We'll come into our half splits here. So we shift back a little bit, straightening out the left foot. You can always kind of squeegee your foot forward if you need. And feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. This will help us prep for that standing splits. We never want to fully lock out the knee, so a little bend helps, especially if you're very flexible, I would say. The hypermobile bit can help us really, I do this badly, lock out your knee, so you just have to have a little tiny micro bend, and that'll help keep the work in the muscle. All right, let's go for it. We're going to bend that left knee, pick up your back foot, your back knee, and then we launch forward. Let's come into our standing splits. Right leg lifts, you let your head drop down. You want to find some energy through your back foot. Point or flex your foot, and then try to lift up a little higher. Yeah, just like we do in down dog, you feel that engagement of the back leg. Perfect. Let your head relax down. Bend your left knee as much as you want. And then when you're ready, release that right foot down to the ground. Well done. Let's come to our flat back. Last time here. Exhale, drop down. Let's take your hands down. Lower one leg down and then the other and come to your child's pose. Reach it forward. And starting to slow down your breathing. You just made it through all the really hard stuff. For our last 10 minutes, we just get to relax and stretch. So let's come on up, and I'll have you start on your back. So we'll bring our feet all the way around. We'll come to lie down. And I want us to begin in bridge pose here. So our feet will be about hips distance. You could go wider. Arms by your sides, and our gaze is straight up to the sky. And then pushing down through your feet. Slowly lift your hips up, letting your chest open, the hips, the front body. And then lower down nice and slow. Start from the top of your spine all the way down until your tailbone touches. Nice. So we're going to roll through that a few times. Easy bridge, lifting your hips up, feel that stretch. And then slowly lowering down. Try one or two more, moving with your own breath. Feel that connection of your feet into the ground as well. You're gripping with your toes. Feel the engagement of your glutes. And then we're going to take the next one up and try to hold that lift. So we'll come up into a nice high bridge. And then maybe try walking your shoulder blades underneath you. You could also try interlacing your fingers and then push your hands down into the ground. You'll notice that helps you open up even more, through your chest and the front of the shoulders. That looks great. And once again, we'll lower down nice and slow. And then take your feet to the outside edges of your mat. So your feet are apart and then your knees knock in together. And then we're going to open our arms out to robot cactus arms, so 90 degrees. Yep. And then start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. So they'll both fall over to one direction. And then slowly back through center. Take them the other way. A gentle twist here through the low back especially. And just by keeping our arms in this cactus, it's a good stretch through the chest as well. Go ahead and take one more each side. We're going to make our way back upright, both knees up to the sky, and then release your arms by your sides. And let's take a figure four. So we'll flex our right foot over the left knee, and then reach your arms through if you like. Yeah, yeah. You can grab onto your left hamstring and pull that whole shape in. So our head's down, tailbone's down. And if you want, you can find a rock side to side. Lean it to the right, to the left. Notice how that changes the stretch. And you're keeping your shoulders and your back relaxed. Good, let's switch sides. We'll set our right foot down, flexing the left foot. Left ankle over the right knee, and then our arms thread through. We gently pull this whole shape in. Maybe start to find that rock side to side again here. Starting to slow down your breathing even more. And you're letting this wave of relief and release to wash over you, letting go of any tension, feeling safe, feeling settled. You just made it through a lot of hard movement, and now you get to rest. And let's take this into happy baby pose. We'll bend both knees. Reach your hands for the outside edges of your feet, and then try to keep your hips down, your head down as well. Maybe rock side to side a little bit here. You can also grab down lower by your knees if that feels better. Maybe try to straighten one leg out, maybe both. getting into our inner thighs and inner hips. This is like my tightest area. So if you feel yourself tightening against it, just try to breathe and soften here instead. Beautiful. Let's bring both knees back into your chest. For the last time, give yourself a squeeze. And then we're going to lie all the way down for our Shavasana. Best pose of all. You get to fully relax. So arms and legs go straight. And then taking a moment to close your eyes. Get out any last little wiggles and movements that your body's asking for. Letting your eyes close. Start to slow down your breathing. And we're really only here for a few minutes out of your whole day. So feel how you're free. You have nothing to do, nothing to worry about. Just get to relax. I'll let you know when it's time to get up, but for now, enjoy your Shavasana.
And start to take your last few deep breaths here. Getting ready to greet this beautiful day. Start to add some movement in your fingers and your toes, maybe circling out your wrists and ankles. As you take some energizing breaths, start to make your way back up to sit. You can roll over to one side or gently press yourself up. And we'll end just like we started. One last time here, closing our eyes. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Taking a moment of gratitude for yourself for taking this time out of your day. It's so important. It's these compound effects that really make a big difference. The little things that we do every day that in the moment maybe don't feel like, but over time have huge, tremendous benefits for our health, our longevity, our quality of life. So give yourself a little mental pat on the back for staying with me and trying this new form of exercise and moving your body, exploring yoga. So, with that joy of discovering something new and being a young student again, let's take one final really big inhale in through your nose. Hold it at the top, maybe fill up with even more air. Take an open mouth exhale to sigh that out, let it go. All right, opening our eyes. Thank you so much. Yes. Good job. Yay.